question specifically is, can Wilder recover from that beatdown? The bully was bullied. Will he ever be the same?
Good question. Put it the right way. The bully was bullied. That was part of it. Part of the equation, what happened, what took place. Not too dissimilar from Buster Douglas standing up to Tyson. When he fought Tyson, yeah, he boxed, but he was the boss with him, and he faced the bully. He backed up the bully. He confronted the bully. He exposed the bully. And so that's a well-put question. With the
From
right,
Matthew Fay.
Yeah, with the right tone, with the right understanding, Matthew. The answer is not so quick. Not so quick. Because this problem wasn't a one-fight problem. Here's the funny thing, the tricky thing, the honest thing. He's had this problem since his conception, since the genesis of his career. This just didn't pop up on last night. This didn't pop up against Fury. He's been doing things wrong and getting away with it. Mm-hmm. He's been putting himself in the fire and being pulled out of the fire with that great erase I've been talking about forever. That punches are not made, they're born. That great thunderbolt, Thor's hammer, that he has in that right hand it's been erasing his mistakes. It's been a great eraser. It's been that confessional booth if you're religious and, you do some things wrong out there and, you go, I think it's on Saturdays. I haven't been. So I'm not sure. And I need to go. But you go into that confessional booth, if you're Catholic, you believe in such things, and it cleanses, it's supposed to cleanse your sins. But you still better live right. You still better do the right thing. If you're a fighter, you still better go to the gym and start correcting what you're doing. But that right hand has always been that confessional booth for him where it's cleansed him of sins. And it didn't get the job done, obviously, last night. So it's a situation when you ask, what does it take? Can he overcome this? He's got to learn how to fight. Wow. Imagine saying that. I'm saying this about a guy who is just 2 minutes away from having been the heavyweight champion of the world. He's just moments removed, not even 15 hours removed from being heavyweight champion of the world. And I'm saying to your answer, and a great question to your question, he's got to learn how to fight. He's got to now go back. He's got to take his ego. Mm-hmm. He's got to put it somewhere. And listen, I hate to even say this next part because I don't want to knock anyone, but we're in this business, right? We put ourselves in this business where you guys are good enough to support us in a big way because you feel you're going to get the answer, you're going to get the truth. And that's not always a commodity that's easy to come by in any business. But he needs to get a different team.
Yeah, that's actually one of these next questions here.
He needs to, because obviously all they did was they rode the bandwagon. I think that's fair to say. They rode the bandwagon of a great right hand, something that continued to make up for what they weren't doing right, what they weren't teaching. This kept pulling them out of the fire, pulling them out of the trouble. And so can he come back? Well, there's going to be psychological damage to his ego, to his confidence, no doubt about that. But it starts where it should have started a long time ago. Learning. Being taught to depend on more than your power. To depend on your overall technique, your overall ability. That's what it's going to depend on. You get a home run hitter in the big leagues, right? If all he does is hit home runs every once in a while, and he doesn't know how to hit for average, listen, I'm not a baseball expert, but he ain't staying in the big leagues too long. He's not staying in the big. If he can't hit the curveball, he can only hit fastballs and make them go 600 feet. It's nice. He's going to be on SportsCenter a lot. Mm-hmm. But what about the gaps in between? What about when the curveball comes? What about when he changes speeds, the pitcher? What about when he doesn't connect? Well, he's got a problem. He's going to go down to the minors.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't taught how to properly hit for average, not to depend on the home run. And I think that I finished his answer with what I just said. He's got to go back to the minor leagues.
Prior to the fight, you had put up a tweet that basically, many were saying that the fight meant more to Tyson Fury, but in your minds, that wasn't true. Or in your mind, that was not true. Where without the belt, Wilder doesn't have that legacy of Fury that Fury's already laid out with coming back from depression, coming back from, the layoff and issues with drugs and whatnot. So there's really, this is like a moment in time for Wilder where he still needs to cement that legacy.
He's been stripped of the only thing he had, the title. And I did say, you just covered what I said probably verbatim. I mean, that's what I did say, is that all he had was, he was heavyweight champ. He was the bronze bomber. Now he's maybe the 10 bomber. I don't know. I'm not here to knock him and make fun, but to get to the point, he's not now he's not the champion. He didn't have what Fury had to fall back on. That legacy, that great story of fighting depression, beating the demons, coming back to join life. Fury was in a position where people, I hope no one's ever in this position, but they are in this world. I wish they weren't. Where he didn't want to live no more. He wanted to give up that great gift of life. It's a great gift of life. And Fury was in a place where he was ready to give that up. And he got back from that place. It's a great story. I mean, in some ways, he's a folk hero. Really, think about it. He is. Wilder, for his power and his success and his bankroll, he doesn't have that. He's got nothing right now, but he's only got, he's got the past that he was champion and he's got the bank account, and then he knocked a lot of guys out. But who did he knock out? People are going to start.
Yeah, get second.
They're going to start. It's going to be like, here we go with the movies. It's going to be like the Rocky movie. You were knocking out bums. What are you talking about? What are you talking, Mickey? You're saying I wasn't good. I wasn't. I didn't do it on my own. They were fixed fights. Not saying they were fixed. They were setups. They were setups. You were knocking out. This guy is a real Club of Lang. He'll knock your bell off. And so, really, movies, I use them because they speak to life sometimes. They speak truth to life. They parallel life. They do. I mean, that's why people watch them. Because they make sense to watch. Because they ring a bell with something that somebody can relate to. That's why movies work. And he's in that position now, where, yeah, you were champion. Yeah, you could have mansions and cars and all the stuff that Rocky had. But do you have satisfaction of knowing that you are as good as you maybe could have been? That maybe you did get help by the opponents being picked. And when you fought arguably your best opponent, which I don't even think is arguable, you fought your best opponent, you failed. Can you live with that? I mean, do you want to search that out? Do you want to go into that place and do what Rocky did in the movie? I know it's easy in the movies because we could just write it up. This you got to sweat and bleed, and you got to work, and you got to go into uncharted areas, and you got to find out. You got to go into dark places and carry a lantern. And the only lantern that you can carry is your belief, your determination. And then you get the answers.